So my name is Barb Lundy, and I'm retired. And I live in a wonderful condo here in Aurora. It's 1 bedroom, and I really love it here, but I'm far away from family and a lot of my friends. My family lives in Denver, but near Jefferson County, and a lot of my writer friends are in Jefferson County. I really had planned after working to make the move over to the west side, but I realized I can't do it. Can't make any move, actually, because to get what I have here anywhere else in the metro area, I'd probably have to double the price. So I'm staying here.
I would describe the current state of housing for empty nesters as very limited. The supply of it has just not grown over the past period, partly due to just no acknowledgement of the need for housing.
We know specifically, we have demographic numbers, we have census, we know exactly what the issues around aging are. We know this is an issue. We can deal with it now, or we can kick the can down the road and it'll be even worse for the next. People are living longer, they're not going anywhere. This is a great place to live.
It seems so simple, just build it. But I also understand the counties and the building process itself. It's harder to build as you get closer to the hills. County commissioners, their hands are tied. There's a thing called construction defect litigation. Until the state dictates that we need to do something different, their hands are tied. They can't force us to do affordable housing.
There's a real lack of availability of affordable housing and a lack of available funding to develop more affordable housing.
They don't have many options as far as anywhere else to go. I mean, there's just not the facility, there's just not the literal space to move to age well.
I want to talk to a developer and I want to say, why are you not building a house? If you build it, you'll sell it before it's even out of the ground. Why are we building these gargantuan houses that maybe people can afford, but they can't stay there? They're going to have to move again. Where do we move people?
Home builders are more like manufacturers, and they like to produce the same that they have produced for eons. And this is a new market group that they do not know how to properly service or provide appropriate housing for.
I always thought when I was done with work, as I am now, I'm retired, that I would just easily make the move across back to the west side, and that's when I found it would be really hard to make that move. I can feel the pressure they have encountered with my physical problems. Everything becomes bigger because I'm further away.
What we're really dealing with here is affordability. And what does it mean to have an affordable house?
Especially if you're a person who's a senior or has some other special need. We have about 270 apartments for seniors, and we have a waiting list well over 600 people. Sometimes we can tell people it's 10 years to work your way through the waiting list. And if you're already 75 years old, waiting 10 years to find an apartment is not very workable.
So we have seniors that are in a $300,000 house, which is now less than the median price of a home in the Denver metro area. But they want to downsize. Where do they go?
Well, the one part of it is that I think it needs a lot of cooperation between all different facets of home building. And so for sure, government needs to provide approvals. Secondly, I think banks have to be aware that this is a viable market. And then the most important part is to really have all of us, in a sense, joining hands and walking forward and doing a good job on it.
If we set this up the correct way now, if we build the infrastructure, if we have the correct programming, if we provide the correct support for this coming generation of aging people, that will benefit and will only be able to enhance the living conditions and the overall society we're creating for future generations.
I think it's really a question of recognizing the importance of providing that type of housing today so that all of the baby boom can be properly housed, and then that in turn frees up traditional single-family homes for the next largest demographic group, which is millennials, to start their household formation and their more traditional lives of raising kids, etc. Let's hope.
Shade, then shadows wrap the crest of the Rocky Mountains. She understands the power of demarcation. Last year, she planted patio geraniums in narrow boxes above traffic. Now, making meadows with the wave of her hand, she grows wild.